Well, hello there, guys, and welcome back to World War I in Battle Academy. I never thought I would put those two words together, but clearly we found a really awesome mod, and I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it. Honestly, I'm having a lot of fun showing it to you guys, so let's keep this up, and let's see if we can't defeat these oncoming Germans. So guys, one of the biggest issues that I think we dealt with in the last part, of course, is trying to take out these tanks. Now, we know that we need to destroy all of the A7V tanks. We've got two approaching our Mark IV female. I don't believe she has any sort of guns, but she does seem to have an armor-piercing rating here. So I'm kind of looking around, trying to see where those other guns would be. Maybe we need to turn it to its side or something like that. Or perhaps the gun is right in front, or maybe it's just machine guns. I mean, that's also a possibility. We are calling in an airstrike on this area right here. And for those of you that have not seen the first episode, you should definitely check that out first. I would watch it. We had a lot of fun in it. In this case, we're going to go ahead and continue with episode 2. So we've already essentially done our moves here in this first part of this particular not episode, but this particular turn. So we're going to go ahead and end the turn here. I just want to make sure we do have some guys in these buildings that haven't gotten a chance to start firing yet, but I'm going to let the enemy approach, and we'll worry about it when they get here. So let's go ahead and end the turn, guys. Also, we do have some units in here, British infantry, and we had a bomber, there's a Stokes mortar. We forgot to use that. Give me a second. Well, unfortunately, we got to move forward with the Stokes mortar to be able to use it. Maybe we should actually move up a little bit farther, because these guys are not getting the greatest shot on the enemy. We need to get closer to them. And another thing that we haven't used, if I'm not mistaken, are the bomber units. We've got some bomber units, some guys that can throw grenades, and I'm thinking maybe in this time period, a grenade would be pretty effective against a tank. Again, it's just an assumption. I could be wrong. Let's turn it over to the Germans, my friends. So there we go. They're crossing the, obviously, the trenches, or no man's land, however you want to put it. And it looks like a lot of the enemy here is retreating. They don't want anything to do with this. Even the tanks are retreating. And that makes our job a little bit harder, but at least the tanks aren't destroying us. There we go. We're getting some return fire. Get them, boys. Oh my gosh, that is the luckiest German in the world. That guy just survived 2 shots. And it looks like our tanks are also firing here at the advancing German infantry units. So here we go. Oh, some of them are returning fire at our machine gun, and we've already had one Lewis gun badly damaged by the enemy, and we want to make sure that doesn't happen again. But we can only do so much to stop the inevitable. And by the way, here come our bombers, and target destroyed. Whoa, we got so lucky there. Even though the tank retreated, guys, we actually got a kill on that A7V tank. That is pretty cool. So one of the tanks is down. We only have to worry about one more tank now. Now, that's still a lot to worry about, I'll admit. So I'm going to move forward with my Mark IV female, and I'm going to go search for that other tank, although I don't think she's capable of actually killing it. Nonetheless, she's certainly capable of killing these infantry units, although the effectiveness is 1. That's pretty pathetic. I mean, that's really nothing, to be honest with you. So I'm going to go ahead and fire over here at the Stoßtruppen, ambushing them. We got one of them, and his buddy is soon to follow. If this guy knows how to use his machine gun, that's all right. No big deal. Now, we do have a Vickers machine gun. I might bring him back out of the trench. I know I said I wouldn't do this, but all of a sudden, the enemy tank is nowhere to be seen. Oh, maybe he's there. I may have spoken too soon. And I guess even though we have an effectiveness of 1, we'll try to fire. Why not? Yeah, we're not going to do any damage. In fact, I don't even think we're going to scare them. But at least we know that we've got some enemies advancing. I'm not even sure if we should have this British infantry in this trench. We haven't had any enemies come through here, but of course they could pop up over here at any point. What I think would be more effective is to get one of our units, and that's why I'm going to take this British infantry unit and start moving them over here to the right side of buildings. I think you guys can see what I'm talking about. And let's also bring in the Stokes mortar on the Germans. Fire! Oh! Well, could have been more effective, let's be honest. Not the greatest situation, but we've still got this British infantry, and we also have our Lewis gun. And the Lewis gun, I do want to open fire here on this unit, the German assault infantry, but I actually think I want to open fire more on these guys just because they have a rank. So they actually are slightly more dangerous in a weird way. At least they seem more dangerous, and we got one of them. Beautiful. I think that second or third one, there might be more than just one there. If we can take them out, we're not going to have to worry about anything. And it looks like, yeah, there's just one left. So a lot of Germans down on the field. Things are absolutely starting out really well. And we're going to open fire here with our infantry unit, British infantry. Obviously, they're taking cover in this building. And 2 down already. We've suppressed them. Keep firing. And another one down. This seems to be pretty good, guys. So we have to hold Villers-Bretonneux. This is Villers-Bretonneux, and we've got to hold the switch, and this is the switch. And look at that. I can't believe I didn't spot this tank before. This is another Mark IV female. Although, once again, I think we need the male to actually kill that other enemy tank. Yeah, we got lucky with one of them, but I'm not so sure we're going to get lucky with the other one. Now, here we have some bombers. I'm actually going to move them up because, remember, these guys may be capable of taking out that tank if they get close enough. But we still don't know if enemies are going to come from here. We can only assume they might. And I'm going to try to prepare for that. One thing I'm going to do is take these bombers and open fire on this guy. Oh, yeah. Nice kill. Nice shooting. And a promotion. I think that's our first promotion so far. And I'm actually going to move this guy into this bunker, just in case any more enemies try to come up this way. We also have the British infantry squad. They can't seem to be able to fire, but this Lewis gun sure as hell can. And I'd actually think we should probably move the Lewis gun into the building here. It's just a better position for him, but he's not going to be able to fire in the building, apparently. I don't know why. Maybe because he's moved already, and he does have a heavy machine gun. So we're going to open fire with our tank. But this might be the tank we need to bring in to kill that German tank. I could be wrong, but that's the feeling I'm getting. Another hit on the Stoßtruppen, and a pretty good shot. I think it's a pretty good shot. I'm actually going to kind of use this British lorry as a scout car. I know that's not its intention, or it's not how you're supposed to use it at all, but I just kind of feel like, why not? Now, actually, this mortar, I'm going to move him forward a little bit. In fact, I'm going to move him out of the trench. I know we're leaving the switch open, but I want him to start getting some shots on the approaching German infantry units. And I think we can go ahead and end the turn. Oh, wait a minute. We've got some field artillery. Can't end the turn without field artillery. There we go. Enemy is retreating. And we've completely routed them. I mean, that artillery was right on target. This is what makes World War I so deadly, is just the fact that machine guns, artillery, if you're charging across a trench, you're not going to have a very good time. Let's go ahead and end the turn, turn it over to the Germans, guys. They are starting to get some good shots here on our men. Can they knock any of them out? I don't know, but we've also got guys coming over on the left. I don't know if you guys see that. And another tank. Oh, boy. Now we're in trouble. Some of our British infantry are getting suppressed. And they're not going to be able to fire next turn. Nice shooting with the Lewis gun. Okay, nice shooting once again. We ambushed another group of Germans. And I really want to start moving this. And there we go, another promotion, by the way. But I really want to start moving this this male tank, get him into a position where he's going to be of more use than where he is right now. Because right now he's just dealing with infantry, and we need him to deal with these A7Bs. There's one of them right there. Wow, talk about a surprise. I did not expect that one bit. Let's see if we can get lucky here, guys. We can't fire on him directly, but what if we go like this? Oh boy, reactionary shot. Chance to penetrate 28%, chance to hit 3%. Jeez. Let's get a little closer. I know, we're getting way too close. Chance to penetrate 8%, 28%, chance to hit 8%. I think since we moved, we have a penalty. Since we have a target agility penalty and a small target penalty. Quite a lot of penalties here. I'm going to try to hit him. You fired at a fast-moving target, this reduces our chance to hit. So basically what that means is since he moved last turn, that's also going to reduce my chance to get a hit. And we also moved, so that's going to also lessen our chances. Now, one thing I want to do is I want to get that bomber unit and start moving him back, because just in case something happens to our tank, we want someone that can pick up the slack and someone that can hopefully take out that tank, because that guy is frightening, to say the least. One thing I wish they would put in this game is the ability to climb up buildings. That would be pretty cool. And I'm not sure if this 18-pounder gun can pierce. Let's see. Armor piercing. Yeah, let's do it. Come on, guys. We're going to bombard with our artillery. Hopefully we don't hit our own tank. Oh, too bad. Well, I didn't expect us to get it anyway, but you know what? I had some hopes. Let's go ahead and move forward with the female. I don't care if that infantry unit is near us. And there's the A7V. And once again, we don't seem to have armor-piercing rounds on this female tank. I think it could be just machine guns, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm going to get close anyway. I mean, this is not the wisest choice. We are suppressed, and now we're retreating. I must say the tank warfare in World War I was probably just as confusing, but we've got these bombers. So I'm going to move them behind the hedge here. And I don't think they can fire at this thing unless they get in range. So unless they get really close, they're not going to actually be able to fire at the enemy tank. One thing I definitely want to do is try to fire with the Vickers machine gun, but it looks like we have no targets in range over here as well. We must have some targets in range for our mortars, especially since they've got a tank there. I don't think we can do damage to the tank, but what the heck, we might as well try, right? It's a World War I tank. Maybe we'll get lucky. Let's take a look here. Cover rating, no. I think we're probably better off firing at the infantry, so let's do that, especially since they've suppressed our infantry. Nice. Alright, not bad. Now, don't forget, guys, that we need to hold this village, so I'm going to go ahead and open fire with the Bren gun. Another German down. Let's get a second shot there. Not the greatest shooting in the world, but it'll do. It'll have to do. And I'm also going to move our infantry over here. Now, I actually plan to move the infantry kind of over here on these far right buildings, but I think now that the enemy's actually getting closer, I didn't expect them to do that, but because of the tank it's happening, I think we should go ahead and take that risk. We'll also grab the 15-pounder field gun. Now, this thing can actually destroy a tank. It does have armor-piercing capabilities. Now, whether it actually will, unlikely, I think. Those are direct hits. We suppressed it. Hey, we got it to retreat. I think that's pretty good, to be honest with you, considering it's a damn tank. And so far, we only have one kill on their tanks, and that was basically out of sheer luck, just being able to hit them as much as we could with our plane. So hopefully we get those planes back, and we can start challenging these other tanks. Otherwise, I think we're going to have this male get really lucky to target and destroy the enemy there. So I'm actually going to move into the graveyard. I know, not the greatest idea and a bit foreboding, to say the least. But actually not directly into the graveyard, but we're going to move this British infantry unit up and see if we can't start shooting at the enemy here. Let's go. Come on. Oh, boy. Enemy's got a machine gun, too. Maybe we haven't learned our lesson. Fire. Shit. We might try to hit that MG08. I've never heard of it before, but oh well. And unfortunately, no hit on the MG08. What about our bombers? They're not going to be able to move this turn, but we can certainly end the turn and hope for the best. That's really all we can do right now, so let's do it, guys. Let's see what the Germans have up their sleeves. Wow, a lot of Germans on the way. Deflected one shot, and they just destroyed one of our 4 Mark IV females. Here we go. Get him with the Lewis gun. Good job, boys. Beautiful, beautiful ambush by our men. There's a lot more enemies on the way, guys. We thought they were through. No way. They see that even our regular infantry can get shots here. Maybe our regular infantry can also destroy the A7V tanks. There's another one. I think they have like 4 or 5. It's crazy. It really is. Oh, no. Incredibly, they didn't suppress that Lewis gun, but that's the next step. Come on. All right, we did suppress them with one shot. We're going to have to pull our boys back. They're taking some serious shots here. And that's only going to get worse. And look at this enemy tank hiding behind shrubbery here. This is just pathetic. Shame on him for running away. So I am going to target, I think, the enemy here. There's just so many enemy infantry units. And the enemy tank has essentially run away. So we'll fire. There's another enemy tank approaching. I hope we get a reactionary shot on it. I can't promise that we actually will. And I think, yeah, these guys are just going to have to get the hell out of here. So I'm going to try to speed them back to the base. It's not really a base. It's more of just a destroyed village. But, you know, it's neither here nor there. Okay, let's see. Good shooting. Keep up the fire with the Vickers. And they've actually suppressed our Vickers. That is quite a challenge to do, so I've got to take my hats off to them. And now the enemy is retreating, so we're doing all right. I mean, all things considered, we've got enemies all over the place here. We did not expect this to happen. And we've also got an actual plane that we can bring in. So I'm going to keep firing. I'm going to try to waste as many of these Germans as we can. 2 down. Great shooting. This guy is a hero, but I think he's soon to be taken out. Very soon, actually, but I guess it's just what's going to have to happen. We'll also try to eliminate this unit here. Our infantry units. This is why you don't step in front of a trench. Pretty good shooting, guys, and we've routed one and also gained ourselves a promotion. Well, you guys know how this works, guys. We're going to go ahead and end this particular part of the video. I do hope you guys will show up for part 3 of our World War I battle in Battle Academy, and I really hope we manage to kill some more enemy tanks. Don't forget, we've got an airstrike on the way. I'm going to target one of these tanks and hopefully get a kill. If not, obviously, I'm going to be a very, very sad gentleman. Now, I'm also going to fire really quickly here. We've got our armor piercer. We're firing directly, so maybe this guy will be the one to take out the tank. As of right now, that's not the case. Thanks for watching, my friends. Don't forget to watch the first video if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hit that like button. It always helps. Thank you guys, take care, have a great day.